Your journey to Canada in 2014 started with a cold, sleepless night and a search for food.
Everyone will get a job. For few students, it might happen in a day or in a week.
After listening these kind of comment from those cheap mindset people, what do you want to say like for them?
Canada is all about integration, right? The first thing, always ready to adapt and learn. Right? Learning helps everyone.
You know, recently in 2024, the Canadian passport has been ranked as the 7th most powerful passport in the world.
Being an Indian and being an emotional fellow as well, it was very overwhelming for me.
If a person is not ready for the struggle, he or she should never leave home.
Well, I really miss India, to be honest. Family, friends.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another brand new edition of Beyond the Borders with Arjun, Season 1, Episode 12. Today we're gonna be sharing stories of resilience and courage and as well as, pursuit of dreams. Today I have a guest who journeyed from small town in India to a leader in Canada's international education sector is truly inspiring. I'm talking about Mr. Gaurav Soni. He arrived in Canada in August 2014 as an international student with nothing but hope and determination. Alone in new country, he faced challenges that would test anyone's resolve, from enduring cold, sleepless night to navigating a completely foreign culture. But he didn't just survive, he thrived, turning obstacles into opportunity. He not only excelled academically, but also became the first international student intern at Cambrian International, going on to volunteering extensively with organizations like the Canadian Red Cross and the Greater Sudbury Police Services, etc. Today, as the manager of international recruitment and business development at Cambrian College, he's a beacon of hope for countless international students. His story is a powerful testament of the strength of perseverance and the impact of giving back. And his life has come full circle and now dedicates himself to helping others navigate the same path he once walked. So without a further ado, let's dive into the inspiring journey of Mr. Gaurav Soni, a story of struggle, success, and relentless spirit of never giving up. This is an episode you won't want to miss, Gaurav sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Arjun, for inviting me. It's a good pleasure. It's a good experience. First time ever I'm at a radio show, so I think it was in my bucket list, and you helped me to click it off. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot. So before I begin, I'm gonna a little bit try to accent our culture, like cultural accents kind of thing. In Hindi, we say Namaste. आप कैसे हो शो पर आने के लिए धन्यवाद.
Thank you. Namaste, Arjun. Show पे बुलाने के लिए धन्यवाद. It's always feel nice when you are in a different country other than your home country, and then you talk in your local language. So thank you once again, Arjun.
Thank you so much. So let's kick off the show for today. I'm really excited because I have tons of questions for you. Okay, so to begin with, Gauravji, your journey to Canada in 2014 started with a cold, sleepless night and a search for food. Looking back, how did these initial challenges and mindset to life in Canada? What is your mindset right now?
So, if you go back to 2014, where it all started, I'm a university graduate from India, and I chose Cambrian College to study for my postgraduate certificate programs. When I came, I remember it was early evening time. I got a drop off at the Cambrian residence. I had no idea. Like this was first time ever that I have left my country and came to Canada. I know no one in Canada that time. So went into my dorm room. Had no idea what to do. I had no clue that time that how to even cook. As soon as I settled myself down in the dorm, I went outside to look for food. And by that time, I remember, I think that was a Saturday or a Friday, and around 8 or 9 p.m., I went out to look for food. Uh, Big in India, retail stores or food joints, they don't close that early. I had no idea that in Canada store closes early, so I was pretty confident that I might find some food, but I didn't. After a long walk, I found a pizza store that was still open, but then it started raining. It was around it was the month of August when I came. So it started raining and I was hungry. I went inside and it was just a takeout store. Couldn't eat inside. There were no chairs or the tables. I got my pizza. I was afraid to ask this question to the server, but I did ask that, may I eat this pizza inside? And she was like, yeah, for sure. So I took my pizza box, set around the corner, quietly on the floor, opened the pizza box, started eating. So that was my first dining experience in Canada. It was raining outside, so I walked out because they were about to close the store, so I had to leave the store as well. I walked out. I was all wet in rain. Went back to my dorm, cold, tired after long journey from India. So, and I had no idea that but back in India, if you are staying into the residence, you'll be provided with all your like blankets and few basic stuff. But in Canada, it's different, and I had no idea that you had to bring your own stuff. But like it was already late, so I couldn't even go to Walmart or to any other retail store to buy a blanket. So I opened up my suitcase. I layered myself up for the night. I wrapped myself up in the clothes, and it was first I was chilly because of the rain, and the air conditioning was still running, right? So it was a bit cold inside the room. So that was my first night experience, I couldn't sleep because of the cold, but I survived. I survived.
So, what is your mindset right now towards the life of Canada? Like after, looking back, and the experience you had that time.
So I take this as a learning. Different culture, different country. Back then, I was new. I was adapting to all the new culture, to the new environment, new food, new weather. Right now, like since starting, I had a strong mindset. I do not give up easily. If I fail in something, I stand back up, fight for it and achieve. So right now, this is my mindset, and I don't give up. I work hard for what I dream. I work hard to achieve my goals and objectives in life, and that is the key that kept me going from past 10 years. It's now like 10 years, almost a decade. I'm here in Canada, in Sudbury, and I'm proud to say that I made it so far. Right, I came with 2 suitcases. Now I have my whole family here with me, and I have a kid as well. And I'm training my kid to have the strong mindset, the same way that his dad had.
Wow, interesting. So before coming to Canada from India, what was your expectations? Why did you decide to come here in Canada for your further studies, and how it happened? Let's go back to India for some time.
Well, I really miss India, to be honest. Family, friends, like people you grew up with for the most of my life. Then they are still in India, uh, and I thought about coming to Canada to get a better education. Like I was looking for opportunities in India when I just graduated from a university. Too much competition, to be honest, in India. Like, imagine we are 1.4 billion population right now,
Yeah.
right? So even for one position, there are like hundreds of thousands of candidates are fighting for one position. So it was impossible for me to land up in a job or to think of something. So I thought that maybe getting exposure outside India could help me, uh, and that too in a country where no one was looking for, or no one was looking to migrate or come as a student. Uh, like 10 years ago, Australia, UK, US was the primary study destination for international students. Canada was growing slowly, so I thought I did some research. I researched and compare about all the countries, the living style, the expenses, the work and life balance. So I like Canada as a country, and that too, like people here are really nice, really welcoming. Uh, and I thought that yes, maybe Canada is my like land of dreams where I can go and fight for my dreams. I worked hard, so and then that too, when I shortlisted or when I finalized like Canada, I never wanted to go to to bigger cities because I'm from Delhi back in India. I always lived in the almost all my life lived in the big cities. So I wanted to live in a tier two city like Sudbury where I can grow, and during my study days I don't want to pay too much money for my expenses. So that helped me, and then I researched about Cambrian offered really nice programs with the world class facility labs and whatnot. So that helped me, all my research helped me to narrow down and eliminate all the other destinations or the colleges. So that's how I landed in Sudbury at
You
Cambridge.
landed in Sudbury, and it's been already a decade. In 2014, now we are in 2024.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take you to your first ever like job. Let's say when you were in Canada, future shop.
Yes.
What comes in your mind when I say future shop? So I'm gonna ask you, securing that first time job as a new immigrant can be daunting. So, what advice do you have for international students facing similar struggle that you faced in finding the first job in Canada? Future shop and your advice to the international students.
So my first job, I'll share you my little experience that how I landed the job.
Sure.
Like when I was new, like every other international students, we want to start part-time jobs so that we can pay our bills, right? I during the first week when I came to Canada, I printed off a few resumes, started walking from the college to downtown, and then dropping off my resume to every retail store and the food joint that I see on my way to downtown. Uh, had a lot of like rejections, maybe because I was a new, I had no Canadian work experience, I had no references that time. So but then Future Shop, I was fortunate enough. Future Shop, uh, I went there to buy my laptop,
Okay.
right? And I had my resume as well in my backpack. So I saw that they have posted that they are hiring for seasonal employees. I'm like, okay, maybe I have already had so many rejections. Another one won't harm, right? So I asked for the store manager. His name was Mike. I remember him till this day. So I just went to him, handed over my resume, and said that I just came from India. I'm a student at Cambrian. I had no work experience in Canada, but I'm willing to learn and willing to work. If you have any opportunity, please let me know. So, the turnaround was so quick that he just asked me to wait for 10 minutes, and he came back from his office with another assistant store manager. He said that, do you have time right now? I'm like, yes. He took me to his office. We sat down for about half an hour, 40 minutes, talk about my experience from India, and he hired me on spot, like, you know. So I thank him for giving me my first part-time work opportunity in Sudbury. It was a seasonal position, and then there is no future shop anymore in Canada. Best Buy took over it.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, that was my first job experience.
What advice you want to give to the international student who are going through like same kind of situation, lots many rejection, no responses, they have no job till 6 months, some are like for a year, you know, even after doing a lot of try
Yes.
from their side, you know.
So my advice is have, like, you know, be patient, because this is a new country. So it, like, everyone will get a job. For few students it might happen in a day or in a week. For few it might take few weeks, few months as well. But they just need to have some patience. You know, everything will work out. Trust the process. That's all I can say. And just like, you know, they don't have to stop. So let's say if they are getting rejections, they don't need to stop applying or looking for jobs. Like, it's just a matter of time. Let's say if there are two students who are looking for a job, one is every day going out there, talking to the employers, you know, and another one, he just sits back,
Complaints.
yeah, and then complains and not doing enough efforts, or not making enough efforts to find a job. Then obviously the first one would be successful in getting a job. So it's just that have some patience, talk to the employers, make connections. Connections will help everyone in Canada, right? Making those references, maybe go to the classes, talk to your professors, make new friends. Join any social clubs, join the local communities around here in Sudbury.
Yeah.
This will help them a lot.
Yeah, the bottom line is networking.
Yes.
Communications, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So these days, or let's say in 2014 also, in workplace or in public places or in public bus, I believe you had encountered discriminations or negativity during your early days in Canada. How did you overcome those challenges, if you have faced any? And what advice do you have for other newcomers who might be going through something similar?
So, well, this is like natural. I think everyone might face some kind of discrimination when they are new. And back when I came about a decade ago, there were very limited international students in Sudbury, right? Even the few local, like, you know, local people here in Sudbury, they also had no clue that where we are from, right? Sometimes we get harsh comments based on our skin colors, based on our ethnic traditional outfits that we wear on our festivals. But that's okay. Like, you know, there are just few people whose mindset we cannot change. But now when I compare from 2014 to 2024, in 10 years, it has changed a lot. People are more welcoming. They are aware about all the nationalities. Like you know, now we have got students from all the South Asian countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Bhutan. back in those days, no one was coming from those countries to Sudbury, but now Sudbury has grown, I would say, and people are more welcoming, more knowledgeable about all these different cultures, different nationalities, and now I think there is no discrimination. But even if someone does, it just I would blame their mindset, like they are not aware about the other culture, other people, other races that are out there. So
But still, yeah, as per you, we can see on social medias like some people are expressing negative views against immigrants, especially Indians, saying, for example, Tim Hortons Walmart is racist, they only hire Indians. After listening these kind of comment from those cheap mindset people, what do you want to say like for them?
um, well, actually, it's not about just India. It's about all the immigration population. Like I can say this, if I'm not wrong, that Canada is all about immigration, right? Everyone you see here, either they are they are the first generation or the second or the third generation of someone who at one point of time they migrated to Canada, right? So maybe the person who is being discriminated, maybe their grandfather, their great grandfather, at one point they might have migrated to Canada, right? But they are not aware about it. And about the work thing, I would want to say that all the immigrants, when they leave their home country, they are like pretty much have this mindset to work hard and to make a living, right? They don't have a house back in home. We have a house, we have our ancestor property, we have our father's property that we inherit from them, right? So we don't have to like literally work hard to build to call or to buy a house or to make a house, right? But here, when all the immigrants are new, we our first target is to get a house, right? And for that we need to have a job. When we get a job, we work hard. We go above and beyond to make those changes, and maybe these hardworking skills differentiate us from other people and help employer to make a decision to hire an immigrant. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was the case. Like, when I was looking for the job, I got rejections at Walmart. So I can say, like, it'll be wrong to say that Walmart discriminated me because I was an immigrant. No, they did not, because I had no Canadian work experience. That's why they rejected me, right? But now you go to Walmart, you see, I see immigrants, yes, working. I see local Canadians are also working, but I don't get this idea that why people are blaming. Like it's a inclusive environment here in Canada. Like everyone will work hard. Everyone want to make a living. It's not about just immigrants. Like even local people want to get a job, and they get a job, right?
You have transitioned from being an international student to a leader in international recruitment at Cambrian College. What key mindset or habits help you achieve these transformation?
So the first thing, always ready to adapt and learn. Learning helps everyone. I'm like till this day, I'm always eager to learn new things. Like what's happening in the industry, how we can change, how we can, if there is an issue, how we can find a solution for an issue, right? So. And then there are other people, or there are few people that only step back because there are issues. But I take it as a positive way. I take it as a challenge. Whenever I'm stuck somewhere, it's like, okay, now I have to find a solution to solve this issue so that I can move forward. So moving forward with a positive attitude and teamwork, for sure. If you have a great team to work around, everything will fall in place. I really appreciate my team at Cambrian International. We are like family. always helping each other, whenever it's needed, work, personal, whatever it is. So teamwork is the key. Like if anyone is thinking that they can accomplish something individually, they might, right? But if they have a team to support them, it will be an easier task, right?
That's absolutely right. So, looking at your journey, in 2017, you got your first ever full-time job
Yes.
in Canada. Getting back to 2016, you moved from Sudbury to Toronto. In 2018, you got your PR. In 2019, you did your marriage. And in 2020, again you moved to Sudbury, and in 2021, the son was born. You bought your first house, and in 2022, you got your citizenship.
Yes.
Lots many thing happening
Every year. It's like every year something is happening, right?
So, I want to ask you one question. Like, I believe you already have your Canadian citizenship, and recently in 2024, the Canadian passport has been ranked as the 7th most powerful passport
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, I believe you have to give up your Indian citizenship to become Canadian citizen. You must surrender your Indian passport. How it feels emotionally, and on the other side, what are the benefits of obtaining Canadian citizenship over Indian citizenship?
Well, I would say this is really a nice and a tough question. Being an Indian and being an emotional fellow as well, it was very overwhelming for me. I was happy and I was sad at the same time. Happy to get the Canadian citizenship. Because all the 7-8 years of my hard work, it paid off, right? But then I had to give up my Indian citizenship, so I'm kind of cutting off from my home country, from my family, from my friends.
That's the bitter truth, yeah.
Yes. So every time now I have to I have to apply for a visa to go to India, right? That being said, but every decision that I took had pros and cons. So I think I took all my decisions by using my brain, not by heart.
So what benefits of obtaining Canadian passport if you have to?
So because I've lived in this country for about 10 years now, and I have no plans to move back to India. So I wanted to have all the rights that a Canadian person has, right? So that being said, that I wanted to vote, to elect a government in Canada, and then also Canadian passport gives us the liberty to travel visa free to more than 190 countries in the world. And I love traveling. I love to explore. And in India, like seeing the growth, India is growing on a rapid speed. I would say, like it has the highest GDP ever in 2023 and in 2024 across the world. So I don't know what will happen, but right now I'm happy with my decision of being a Canadian citizen. I can say that.
Wow. Okay, so now I'm going to take you to the Cambrian College. How does Cambrian College support international students from the moment they apply until they graduate, and what services are available to help them succeed both academically and personally? As a manager, as a mentor, what do you want to say?
So I would say that Cambrian is your support system here in Canada. From the moment that they apply to study at Cambrian, we help them. We have offshore in-country representatives, 7 altogether across the world.
Okay.
So in India, Mexico, Brazil, China, Vietnam, Kenya. So we have 7 representatives that help that meets students and their parents and help them understand, give them the clarity about Cambrian, about Sudbury, about Canada, right? And then when they come here, we have very friendly staff, very friendly, welcoming Cambrian community that helps students to settle down when they come, when they arrive, whether they are living on campus, off campus. We give them good advice, right? We also provide them on-campus accommodation on a discounted price to all the new international students. We have career center for them so that they can have their mock interviews that will help them to build their resume, cover letter. We have library, tutor services. If a student is struggling with any of their courses, we have tutors available on campus. Then we have, for extracurricular activities, we have gymnasium, Cambrian athletics team, student service advisors. We also have RISIAs, that are regulated international student immigration advisors.
Wow.
on campus. So when student apply to Cambrian, and if they have any question or any issues related to the immigration side, they are always welcome at Cambrian International. They can talk to our RISIA advisors and get the very clear and consensuous advice that will help them to make a better and a fair decision.
What about career opportunities, jobs?
So about the jobs, we do have on-campus job opportunities for all the international students, right? Almost at every department at Cambrian. So it's just that students proactively, they have to look for the job opportunities and they have to apply, right?
Yeah.
It's and then it's a competition among every other applicants as well. So, and other than that, every year we host job fair on campus at Cambrian, where many employers across Canada, I can say, they come on campus. They're looking for candidates, right? So that is the platform what we are providing to all the students, all the international students, where they can come up front and talk to those employers and then make those connections. Maybe that employer might not be hiring at that time, but if they make that connection, they can easily get the job. And there was this research done a few years ago. So students who graduate from Cambrian, within a few months after they graduate, they end up getting their preferred job. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. All right, almost at the end. I have a few questions left. September intake is coming up. What should new international students know before arriving in Canada, and how can they best prepare for their transition to life and study at Cambrian College? You recently visited Nepal. I'm sure you counsel Nepalese students as well.
Yes.
You have been to many different countries as well. So.
So to all the new students, this is what I say, that be prepared to face everything and anything. First, don't plan to travel without any planning, right? So planning is important. Whether it is about the accommodation, about the part-time job, about selecting the programs, the courses, the class schedules, right? So planning is the key for everything. And then when they are here new, if they don't know anyone, or even if they know someone here at Canada, they have to do everything by themselves, like go to classes, go to work, wash their clothes, cook their food, like cook the food, and then if they are sick or if they are ill, there is no one, no parents or family member to take care of themselves, so they have to take care of themselves, right? Go to the clinic by themselves, even if they have a high fever or whatnot. So that's the advice, and they can carry some basic stuff when they are coming for the first time, like few few of the basic medicines just to cover up, because they'll be new. So it'll be like fall for us now. Even for me, fall it's really nice. Like when I came, I was cold 10 years ago, but now, right now in fall, I cannot live without an AC in September.
Yeah.
So it'll be a culture, it'll be a weather shock as well. So prepare, like, research, plan, and be prepared to face anything.
Exactly. I still remember when we talk off here, you said if a person is not ready for the struggle, he or she should never leave home.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You have to be
Exactly.
mentally prepared,
Yes.
emotionally,
Yes.
from all perspectives.
Yes, exactly. And like rightly said, Arjun, I have, when we met, I've mentioned this, that if any prospective international student is not prepared for any kind of struggle, they should not leave their home.
Do
Yeah.
not leave home.
Exactly. Because you never know, like, what issue or what problem or what scenario situation might come. So you should be ready to face it physically, mentally, emotionally.
Exactly, almost at the end, you have seen the immigrant experience from both sides, first as a student and now as a leader. Your story is one of turning obstacles into opportunity. For those who are listening today, who might be struggling with the challenges of new life in Canada, what is your advice on maintaining hope and finding success?
That keep on doing what you're doing, trust the process, make those connections, make good friends, and those friends should be trusted one who you can rely on, because those long-term relationships will help you to get through a phase emotionally. Yes, at one point of time, you want to migrate here, you want to bring, like, invite your parents or maybe your spouses or get married, have your own family, but until then you have to find ways to take care of yourself.
That's right. Almost at the end, and I think I should not miss this question because this is frequently asked question.
Okay.
And I'm sure I'm gonna get the answer from you. There are many international students without job right now, and a lot of them are having hard time to pay their tuition fees. So in this case, is there any specific help or loan given to the student by a bank in such difficult situations, or any coordinations by college itself?
So I'm not too sure about the loan system here for students in Canada, but maybe it's like, maybe they can check with the banks, because all the 5-6 major banks, they support the international students, right? There might be few programs where a student might get education loan that I'm not aware of.
Okay.
But at Cambrian, we do have scholarship and financial hardship bursaries. But that is very competitive, and there is an application process, there is an eligibility criteria that our team reviews and then make a decision and then offer that hardship bursary to the qualified candidates.
Okay.
Now another thing to add is, and this is why that IRCC few months back, they have raised the financial graph for all the international students,
Yeah.
so that if they do not have a job for few months, then they have the money to survive, to pay their local bills on time. So that's the key thing, that being financially prepared and ready in situations like this where they don't have job, but they still need to survive, they still need to eat, they still need to pay their bills on time, right? Or else they can get help from back home. Most of the students get the education loan from back home. So I think just need to have some patience. If they are not able to find a job, like I said earlier, that keep on applying, reach out to the employers, try new different things. Now there is like LinkedIn and Indeed and so many other like third-party companies that might help them to find a job.
thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for your wonderful insights and for your time and for your efforts to joining in the show and sharing all your experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arjun, and the team for inviting me. Looking forward for more episodes. All the best.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.